Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm DJ Adam Korea Track Camp ENT, and I just wanted to introduce something new and just kind of clarify. This will be kind of a tutorial as well. So smash this like button if you like what I'm doing as far as the FL Studio mixing service. And, that will help me engage and leave comments, engage of how this service could be better. However, I do have some rules if you are going to submit some stuff to me to get mixed. Now, and this is just an explanation to make things just that much easier for me and you in terms of the mixing. So first off, I would like to say, I have a mixing service, and this is the name of it, and it will be available on djmccree.net/store. For now, it's going to be kind of a limited thing. If it's up, that means the service is active. That means that I have the time to do it, in which I want to talk about the time that I want to do the mixing service and stuff like that. As far in terms of mixing, is a 48-hour wait for your track to be mixed. And there's a specific reason for that, because I do not like to rush a mix. I like to spend at least, at the bare minimum, at least a day on mixing a track. And that will help the track get it's the most focus out of me, because I want the best product for you when you pay for it. In terms of pricing, right now the price will be $50 per beat in FL Studio, only in FL Studio. I will have another service for mixing in any other DAW, as far and instructions to send it to me. So how do you send the track to me? And the proper way to send the track to me is the next question. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna exit out of this, because I know, there we go. So we have a track right here. As you can see, I have only one thing assigned. Now this is very important, and it's also important for you if you're trying to mix something on your own and you don't want to work with the mixing service, and you just want to mix something on your own. The main thing that you want to do when you're mixing a track down versus twisting these knobs right here, which is fine, but you will not get the exact detail of what you want out of your track. And there's a reason why for that, because you have this mixer right here is far more important than any of those knobs on the channel rack. Now, so I already had this track already set out, but I'm just going to show people how to set it up. Now, this is in FL Studio 12.1.3, and I'll be going to 12 a little later on, 12.2 a little later on today when I download it from Image Line. But anyways, in other FL Studios, like maybe 12 point something and below, you will not have the luxury of this workflow. So I highly recommend that you go to 12.2 if you can, because or 12.13 or whatever you can, because it makes the workflow a whole lot easier. For those who are in FL Studio 11 and below, or you will have to click on the channel insert. So when you go and you click on that, you'll see this right here. Now you can actually click on track, and it will assign it to the first empty area right here, which is fine. And I highly recommend that for those who just aren't into organizing their tracks and just want to get it out the way, because it will do it for you. But if you're like me and you're particulars, you don't want your mixer, your insert mixer, to look crazy, even though you can organize it, which I won't even get into in this video because I've already talked about it. So right now I'm just assigning this to the vocal area, assigning all my vocal chants to the vocal area. Go back up here and then assign my hats. Think I might have so I got all the hats in one area. My bongos in the drum area. and that's my 808. So I assign that to my bass, and then you assign it to, I'm gonna assign the sample there, and then I have one more for the loop. And then there we go. And then Poise is already assigned to 1 and 2, I believe. Yeah, because that's the kick and snare. So the end result will be this right here. Turn it down a little bit. 3, 2, 1. I think. So that's basically how you will assign it. That's one thing that I highly recommend to speed the process up if you want your tracks mixed within 24 hours. Speaking of which, if you want to mix your track mix within 24 hours, it'll be an extra $25 on top of the $50. So there we go. And from here, when you are collabing or whatever and you don't know, if you do this right here, zip the loop pack, and then you go, it'll bring you to this screen. Save it on your desktop or something like that. Don't save it inside of whatever you're doing, and just click save, and it'll process the zip file. And then it'll be on your desktop. So that's basically about it for that. So yeah. Now for those who actually have, and I highlight once again, you have to watch the full video. If you don't watch the full video and you ask me questions and you don't do it, you know, it's on you, and probably it's gonna make the process a lot longer. So say I don't have a VST that you have, because I can tell you right now, I do not have Omnisphere. So if you have Omnisphere or something like that, make sure that you make a bounce down of that track. But anyways, say that, you know, you go and you have to bounce down the track. There's a way that you can freeze the track, and so that I can actually have that VST synth line or whatever you have that I don't have, in terms of like a VST instrument. So this is how you would do it. You go down here, and this is true for all FL Studios, and you only can do that if it's inserted in here. So make sure that you have it inserted. Pick a track. I'm gonna pick the drum tracks, the congos, and then you press this, which is the record button, which means this is your arm in the recording. So everything that will be in here will be set. Now from here, you go to this drop down menu right here, and you select this record. It has to be, make sure that it's, you know, it's already on your playlist. It's in playlist mode, so that it plays like around here. So once you go from there, you select, and you can also do multiple ones at once. You don't have to do it one at a time. And you go right here, go to this record, render to wave. And what you're doing right here now is freezing the track so that it'll be used within the beat, which is actually beneficial if you don't have a lot of RAM, you know, so that way your track doesn't skip or anything like that, or click, or, you know, have any overload, CPU overload. So, you know, make sure that you have cut remainder. Do not do leave remainder or wrap remainder. So that way it'll print the whole song, print that whole loop that you're trying to song that you do. Now, speaking of which, it is very important if you have your track already laid out that you do this, which what I'm doing right now, get rid of that real quick. I am left clicking and holding control and dragging. Now, with that being said, go back to the insert menu, select this record, make sure that that track that you want is armed. So it's armed. See it here, see it there. And then you go to this recording again, render to wave, and then background render. You'll also see right here where the other zip file is at. So as you'll see that there, and it's pulling back up. Now you'll see that it did it because there goes the drums right there. And now if I mute, now assign it back to its original track, which is 3. And I'm gonna go back to this area and go to Congo. So with that being said, I'm just gonna play it now. 3, 2, 1, here we go. And it's a representation of it right there. Just in case, 3, 2, 1, now. Now you can hear the Congos again. So with that being said, hope all is well. If you are going to get the service, once you get the service and you pay for it, I recommend that you send it to my send the receipt to my email, or you could. I think you should be able to reply, and once you reply to the receipt that you get from from DJIMcCree.net, you can attach the zip file, and if the file is too big for the email, it will attach via Google Drive automatically if you're using Gmail, which I highly recommend everybody do that if you're doing music in general. So if you like this video, give it a like. If you have any further comments or anything like that, in terms of like what I have or whatnot, the information will be attached to the email. You'll get a file where you can download as well, where it will have all list of all the VSTs that I have in terms of like virtual instruments or whatnot. So that way you know what to bounce down. So with that being said, thank you so much, and I appreciate y'all. Have a nice day.